Alright. Dave has really become a wrecking squad. I'm really happy about this. Let's see. Now, the Black Marsh has the Way Onward and one bonus dungeon in it. It also has a waypoint, so we probably want to find all these things. Although the waypoint itself will not be quite as necessary. It's so relaxed. Ooh, a preserved head. Whoa, how wonderful. It's Christmas. My character has already equipped it because I had an open slot, so you can see I'm holding the preserved head now. Preserved heads are a necromancer-only item that goes in the shield slot. This one isn't all that useful, but it's just so cute looking. Look at that. I gotta get one for myself. Preserved heads are eventually going to be the kind of thing that we want in that slot. Ugh, sorry about that, Dave. Hey! And it has a block chance! That little tink noise was a blocked attack. At 23% chance to block, I actually have a decent shot at it. Yeah, this sash is probably going to be better than my, what, cracked sash. Yeah, okay. Tiny, tiny upgrade. What is my actual chance to block? Yeah, 15. So the block chance reported on the shield or preserved head here is not actually your block chance. It's somewhat reduced by other formulas that I haven't bothered to memorize. And I probably should someday. I know rather a lot about this game. I may have been able to tell that so far. That wolf head is a druid-only item. Can't really make use of that. It's very easy to play this game and just think that you have to collect and sell everything, but you'll end up spending way too much time bothering about that and not focusing on what's important. Like the care and feeding of your Daves. Clicking on an experience shrine gives me a blessing that will increase the experience I gain from everything by 150%. I'm sorry, multiplied by 150, not... Multiplied by 1.5, it's a 50% gain. I forget the numbers sometimes. Anyway, this is the Forgotten Tower. This is a 5-level dungeon with a special lady at the bottom, named the Countess. She is special because she's a super unique monster, and she has special attacks, and she can drop runes and lots of money. Oh, undefiled graves, huh? You might be wondering why the Deckard Cain quest is still active, and that's because I haven't completed it by accepting the full quest rewards for it. I probably wanted to... shoot, I should have boosted Dave before doing that. Ah, well. That won't be too bad. If I talk to Akara, she'll give me a ring. But the ring she gives me is dependent on my level, so it's in my best interest to gain a couple levels before doing it. Ah, good old lightning enchanted monsters. Well, most players will learn really early on to hate and fear lightning enchanted monsters because of what you were seeing. Now, I have Daves to block for me, but if I were doing the work myself, like a fool... No one saw that. See, I was obscured by a pillar, so that doesn't actually count. Still have not clicked on a monster. Definitely not. Seethe Razor. Fire enchanted. I kind of like the random names that they get. It's neat. Fire and enchanted monsters will explode like that. But you're seeing lightning enchanted monsters, and if you're right close to them, they'll hit you with a bunch of their little projectile lightning things. It's a reaction move. Anytime you hit them, lightning will pop out of them. This makes it super problematic for melee classes. Ooh, well. That was not a shiny chest, but it may as well have been, huh? Let's see. Hey, my favorite charm. More gold. I probably don't need that. And what do we got? Damage reduced by 1. You know what? That is not nothing. It's very close to nothing. But not totally nothing. Oh, I'm down a Dave, aren't I? Must be a... There we go. Ah, big flaming pentagram. Let's try to avoid that fire. It actually will hurt you. Every few seconds, it will make a fire attack happen. Star Wound. Ah, ghosts are also a bit of a problem for melee classes. Because they have an innate damage reduction to physical. In later levels, this manifests as an outright immunity. Don't really care about that. It's probably just another one of Star Wound's minions. Let's see. Barrel, 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 barrel. Don't really care to spawn more skeletons by breaking open those barrels, so let's just go on. Oh. The bonus... the bonus gold drop that you get for, like, gold from monsters will also affect chests. Like that undefiled grave. And it looks like there's no real way around it, so on we go. Well, I was lucky that time, and it did not make a flame attack animation while I was walking through it. Hey, a magic sash. That could possibly be better than my sash. I'm not going to find a real upgrade to my belt for a long time, though. Real as in another row of potions. Oh. I must have a talk with your interior decorator. Ah, who are you? This is the other problem of ghosts. It's hard to tell which one is which, and they can stack on each other. I'm glad I kept looking, though. Because Banebreak over here is cold enchanted. There we go. Ah, chipped skull. One of my favorite items. One of the reasons that I liked this game in the first place. Chipped skull is one of my gems. It makes the most lovely noise. Oh, that's ethereal. That is junk. Well, I must have gained a level without realizing it. It's kind of bad on me. More raised skeleton. More Daves. Oh, yeah, a level that I gained without realizing it. Okay. Very good. A tower level 5 is not random. Almost all of the dungeons that we've been through, and the overworld areas as well, are randomly generated. A tower level 5 has 2 layouts that it can have. This one goes up and to the left. The other one goes up and to the right. It always has these side areas that have, well, okay, monsters, but also gold just sort of laying around. Who are you? Sinrend, the cold enchanted beast. Yeah. This is why you want to pay attention to monsters. Not that you want to click on them. I do love gold. Kicking open crates, less so. Gold is pretty cool, though. Oh, man. Now, the total amount of wealth on the ground here is probably only about 1,000, maybe 2. I'm sure someone can take a screen cap one of the times I pressed Alt and then do the absolute calculations for me, but I wouldn't recommend it. For the time being, it's only going to be useful to repair armor, but it's reasonably cumulative. So the more the merrier. And eventually I'm going to be able to use it for really good stuff. Alright, now before we walk through here, we kind of want to bait out a few enemies. So we don't want to fight them all at once because of that. No, no. Get out of the fire, Dave. It's no good. Let them come to you. The Countess makes these firewalls appear. And they will chew through my poor Daves really quickly. Yeah, you'll already see I've lost one. But being able to bottleneck the enemies at the door lets Paige do some work. The Countess herself will very rarely come this far away from her inner sanctum, though. So we're either going to have to make a mad dash through and hope Dave follows us, or go around the other side. I'd prefer to play it safe, even at this low level. Level 10. Oop. There we go. Hey, and a little bit of gold, too. That's pretty nice. Alright, well... Oh, it turns out there was no one else left here. So this is the Countess. And there she goes. She's gonna have some orange drops. Yep, there she are. Tyr and Eld.
Treasure hunting. Treasure finding. Yes.
Well, it's not all that much treasure in the abstract. Really, the runes were potentially better than anything else that she could drop, and it's one of the reasons why we keep coming back to the Countess again and again. It's also one of the reasons why I didn't mind doing this side quest. I have not yet found the waypoint for the Black Tower, or the Black Marsh. So I'm actually going to run back out. It'll take less total time, I think, than trying to use the Dark Woods waypoint after we town portal back. Tyr and Eld are both runes. Not particularly great ones, although I'm going to keep Tyr. They're socketables. I can't even use them yet. That's how great they are. Runes on the high level are so amazingly valuable as to be the unit of currency of trades in Diablo 2. I think even to this day. I used to have a buddy, and we would go online and play, and he would talk about everything's value in terms of how many pull runes or Zod runes it was worth. That's worth a pull, he'd say, and I'd be like, I don't know about that. He was a much more avid trader of things and people than I was. I just wanted to relax and have a good time with my skeleton buddies. Oh, well, look at that. I could have... if I had just gone a little bit further away, I would have found the waypoint. Isn't that always the way?
Hello.
Now that we've completed a quest, everyone wants to thank us for it.
Your rewards are well earned. To us, the tower was nothing more than a headstone looming over a long-forgotten grave.
All right.
Good day.
If I wanted to hear Deckard Cain's take on Deckard Cain's take on things, I could click on him and ask him about the Forgotten Tower, but frankly, he's talkative enough. Lightning resist is actually really good. There are a lot of ways that lightning damage can just sort of find you out of nowhere. Okay, plus 20 poison damage is actually a bunch, so we're going to keep this jewel. Probably going to put it on a helmet or something. Matter of fact... Oh, yes.
I can't use that.
You can't. Why not? Oh. Right.
that to good use.
Right, you can't put the socketed things directly in because of reasons I don't really understand. So we're keeping Tyr, selling Eld. We're keeping the skull, because skulls are great. Keeping that, keeping these. Amethyst, though. Probably selling these. And selling this. So, good. That'll be pretty good. Let's talk to Charcy. Again, avoiding Akara, because as soon as I talk to her, she'll give me a ring.
When I fled the monastery, I left behind the Herodric Malice, my enchanted smithing hammer. If you can retrieve it for me, I'll use its magic to strengthen your equipment.
Charcy has given us yet another quest. Find a hammer. Let's talk to Geed. We haven't really seen him yet. He's always over here in the town.
A necromancer.
And he hates us.
I hoped I'd never have to lay my eyes on one of your kind again.
Oh.
The recent troubles in this area have brought out all kinds, I see. Nevertheless, your money's good. A spare weapon, some gold, a small gem is all I want in exchange for the equipment you'll need on whatever quest you might undertake. No, don't be shy. All of my items are guaranteed for life and come with a 2-day warranty.
What a huckster. I like you. Anyway, Geed is the gambler in town. If you gamble, you can pay a flat price, depending on, in the case of rings and amulets, it's always fixed. And in the case of other items, it scales with the item's level and with your level. It will give you a random item, and every time you talk to him again,
Hello?
the gambling field will be different. This is the other eventual outlet for our money. He doesn't have anything I'm interested in at the moment, but as I say, eventually that's really all our money is going to be good for. I see no reason not to continue on, so let's go to the Black Marsh. Yes, I realize I'm missing 20 hit points, and talking to Akara would restore them, but oh, look at that. The dungeon provides, as it were. I've heard a lot of people complain that the Necromancer is able to raise a skeleton out of anything, even if it doesn't have a skeleton to begin with. Like if you're fighting bugs, why doesn't it become an exoskeleton? Well, for one thing, that's what the revive skill is for. You get an exact copy of the monster. And for another thing, I imagine that what he's really doing is making his own skeleton. Which is why they all look the same, which is why you should take very good care of your skeleton. To a limited degree, it will regrow. In all likelihood, you're going to have 7 total skeletons throughout your lifetime. I am probably on my 3rd. Oh, look, an armor shrine. Okay, so bring up my defense number, 48. Click the armor shrine, 96. Double defense. That's really all there is to it. And running makes that defense worthless, so you can very easily just turn it off. Alrighty, well. The Tamo Highland doesn't have anything to recommend it. It's really just a way to get on with things. A place in between places. A place for monsters to spawn. Oh, it does have a bonus dungeon, though. I really shouldn't click on people's flea-bitten beds. I know it's a minor thing, but I really like that the roof of this place shows up like this, and then when I walk under it, the roof disappears, letting me see inside. It's just so neat. We're very close to 6 Daves. I'm excited. Let's see if Paige is caught up with our level yet. Not yet, and that means probably not ever. We're going a bit fast for her. That's okay. We'll replace her eventually. And when we do, we'll be able to pick a minion who is more suited to our level, and then that way the minion will be able to stick with us as we go throughout the game. Just follow the path and eventually... Woohoo! Okay, well, I know what you're about. That is an aura enchanted monster. The specific aura that monster is enchanted with is called Fanaticism, boosting damage and attack speed. Boy, I only wish I could have that for my Daves. Of course, thanks to the magic of rune words, I eventually will. We'll talk more about rune words once I'm able to make one. Or if I'm not able to make one for a while, we'll just fit that in somewhere. I think I've overloaded you guys with knowledge so far. We will have plenty of time to talk about it, though. If it weren't clear already, I plan on taking a really casual pace with all this. The whole swearing off, clicking on monsters thing, playing into that. And that said, even still, you know, we've been going along at a good clip. I would not disparage this performance in the least. Just let's all the monsters do the work for you. Why not? There is never going to be another game like this. I don't mean to say that Diablo 2 is perfect or anything. I'm just saying that nowadays this is the kind of thing that modern game design just won't let you do. Like, take a look at Diablo 3, for instance, with the Witch Doctor. Sure, you can have a lot of minions if you work at it, but you're never going to have this, where you don't even have to click on that door a second time to open it, apparently. I guess the first time was just knocking. You get a lot of minions, but you constantly have to click on monsters. It's just not to my liking, ultimately. If I summon an army of skeletons, I want the army of skeletons to do my bidding. It's a good thing my bidding is simple, or I might have to actually tell them what to do, or control their AI somehow beyond simply dragging my own self around and letting the tether do its work. The outer cloister is always more or less the same. It has the same basic layout, but the door to the other area is at one of these cross points. So let's start here. Who are you? Oh, champions. Alright, well, champions don't have any real surprises for us other than being beefy. They drop potions and either gold or a magic item. Ha! There we go. Gold and a magic item. Right on cue. Thanks, guys. Yeah, we're getting to the point where many of the Daves don't even know what to do. Alright. The door onward would be right here, if it had chosen this place. This is a stream, and I do have the chat open, but even with this relaxed a pace I'm taking, I do have to kind of pay attention to what's going on, so I do regret that I haven't been able to read a lot of the comments so far. So if it sounds like I'm neglecting you guys, I do apologize. Things will slow down a little as we go on. I'll be able to take a little bit more time to have a couple sips of coffee, chit-chat with you guys. Oh, what's that? Another Yeti? Yetis are great. Look at that guy. So awesome. This is the way onward into the barracks. Oh, mana burn. Well, that's basically irrelevant. Mana burn monsters, if they hit you, will do that much damage to your mana as well as your health. It can add up to be quite a lot, and for casters like me, it could be dangerous, except I don't really actually have to use my mana all that much, so not all that important. Really, it just means that that is a wasted mod that could have gone to extra damage. If one of them surprises you, say it's a ranged monster, for instance, and you're a sorceress, you could find yourself in a bad way really quick. Alright, well, we have some stuff to identify. Oh, and I forgot to put points into things. Well, that is bad on me. In addition to providing health, Vitality will provide you a random chance to get healed for double from a potion. If you're looking at a potion in your inventory, it'll tell you how many points it heals. This light healing potion most of the time will heal 60, but I have a random chance that improves as I improve of it doing double, or critical potion. It's an almost invisible mechanic. Where'd Paige go? Paige, where are you? I know you're not dead. She'll show up eventually. Oh, a longbow. That might actually be good for her. Paige, I found a bow. Please come back. You know, if I find a scroll of teleport... Scroll of town portal, sorry. Ah, how could I make that mistake? There we go. So, that's a scroll of town portal, and this will let us find Paige. She teleports with us no matter what. And this is a pretty good time to identify some stuff. Whoa, getting comfy.
Good evening.
Alright. Attack speed is pretty good. Attacker taking down... Oh, I guess that's technically better than this, so why not? And damage... I think I would rather have the damage reduction. 1 to energy is fine. Yeah, let's see if that actually does anything for you.
I'll put that to good use.
It technically does, so we'll do it. Excuse me for a bit. Here we go. Again, I'm probably not going to die. I'm just so used to putting money in my stash while I can. Anyway, when we go back through the town portal, for that split second, all of my Daves and Paige were exactly over top of me. That happens anytime you teleport, either with the teleport skill or with a town portal or waypoint. It is very rarely a tactic, but a very useful one. For a certain famous item, it is an endgame tactic. I'm probably not going to be able to find that one, though. Ooh! Dave Squad, assemble! Oop. That's not good. I'm on the opposite side of the door as all of my minions. Oh boy. There we go. Whew! That was dangerous. Almost got taken out by Soul Crow. Oh, hey. Wow. Oh, look at that. We've leveled up to the point where I could do Raised Skeletal Mage. I have a second dimension of minion going on. I think we really want to max out Dave first before we move over, though. Let's see. I could use a healing potion. Why not? Oh, and of course, There we are. It will automatically delete the Daves in the order that they were created, so they have a kind of seniority to them. It's a hidden thing. But, if I wanted to get rid of a specific one, there's the unsummon skill. Oh, a bookshelf. Huh. Well, I can't say no to that. Do we get better boots? No. We do not. Alright, well that's the jail, which is the way onward, but we actually do want to complete Charcy's quest, which is available somewhere else in here. Now, for the rest of the game, I'm going to have to be careful about how I go through doors. Not so big a deal now because monsters are slow and not individually terribly dangerous. Ooh. Champions. Yep. I don't think that the Sisters sewer system is terribly good, so I won't wait around for that to refill. Yes, any one of these rooms now. Yep, the next room, in fact, has the Smith. Yet another super unique monster. He's extra strong. He's kind of cool looking. Even. And now for tactical reasons, I'm retreating from him. I did want to show him off, though. Also, he will not make weapons from my bones. He won't even make weapons from Dave's bones. I grant you I have more than the usual number and amount of bones.
All this for a hammer?
Sure enough. Oh, well, maybe their pipes are better than I give them credit for. Chalk one up for the Sisterhood of the Sightless Eye. Which is less magical than it
The
sounds.
slow torture of caged starvation.
Scratch that, reverse it. There are plenty of sightless eyes in the world. That Zohar is getting me from across the way. Let's go get him. Oh, they must have gotten him through the gate.